Hello and welcome back to AWomanTalks, the podcast. I hope you're doing well, I hope you're doing fine وكل شيء بخير وعلى خير. First thing first, I am sorry. أنا آسفة for this long absence. To be honest, it wasn't supposed to be that long. I just wanted to take 2 weeks break at the end of the year, then come back stronger, filled with hope and spicy topics for you. But things went south for me. And I couldn't make a new episode until this week. So to restart slowly but surely, I saw that this Friday is the Valentine's Day. Celebrate it or not, it's none of anyone's business actually, but I wanted just to talk about the idea, the love. In this episode, we are talking love. Et qu'est-ce que j'aime l'amour? I believe that love is the best feeling ever, the security that comes with, the confidence, the whole vibe. Je m'explique. When you are with the right one, you shine bright like a diamond. You vibe different. You look much more confident, much more put it together, much more taken care of. You look much more updated version of yourself. The right person will get the best out of you. And that's what I love about love. The glow that comes with. Ça fait rêver, n'est-ce pas? Oui, j'avoue. But please note that I said the right one. It's one and unique condition, yet a very important one. Logically, with the wrong one, you will vibe different as well. You will be looking much more shaky, much more hesitating, much more abandoned, a downgraded version of you, quoi. But that's not the worst part of it. The worst part of it is the constant doubt. Is this relationship right? Is it wrong? Shall I continue? Should I stop? And the more you take time to take the right decision, which is quitting, the more it will cost you later. Je m'explique. The more you are not sure about a relationship, the more you'll try to make it work, to heal an interior wound. Because a healthy person will live right away. شكرا, عفوا, صحيتو. An unhealed person will doubt himself, his choices, his actions, his words, his reality. يولي يصدق l'autre personne ويكذب روحه. So the more you get into this, the more you lose time, energy, emotions, health, surtout ça. Mental and physical health. The more you realize you're lost, you will work harder to make it work, to make it worth the pain. It's denial, challenging, call it what you want. But this cycle can go forever. I know married couples with children who are married who still play in this game all the time. Et pour moi, ça vaut pas le coup. You have nothing to prove to anyone, neither to yourself. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't. Basta. Ne forcez rien. The more you force things, the more you get attached to them. The more you spend, the more you lose. And even if you want to call an end for this, you will not be able to. You invested so much, so you are unable to accept the loss. Love with the right one, contrairement à ça, يجي زي خلف, يجي ميسر. I'm saying ميسر because the right one هو اللي يجي في الحلال. On peut commencer par ça. Love في الحلال يجي ميسر, سهل, باين. So darling, if you found yourself making wars for love that is not ميسر, it's not halal, and maybe it's not meant to be. This is not the way things are supposed to be happening. That may look retarded, but believe me, it's true. Believe it or leave it. You'll come to the same conclusion sooner or later. Promise. Love with the right one, الميسر, الحلال, يجي شباب, خفيف. You won't have to scream all day or cry all night. You will never have to justify your actions, words, or even intentions. That is not love. Love يجي سهل, باين. Real love with the right one, الميسر, الحلال, السهل, الباين, يجي ألينيا مع الشريعة, يجي بالمودة والرحمة. المودة والرحمة, c'est la continuité logique when the flame of love fades, because it fades. No one keep loving another one after living with them for years. Tu vécu avec la personne, the good and bad, the ups and downs, the life challenges. And life has plenty of these. Les crises économiques, les dépenses, les familles, les collègues, les amis, la maison, les enfants, le travail, les contrats, les échecs, le succès, la santé, la maladie. Each and every one of these is a great test for the couple, and you won't succeed them with the flame of love. You will بالمودة والرحمة, بالempathy. How someone can live with another one who is not empathetic, who doesn't know what is a human feeling looks like or feels like. When you are with the right one, you will step on his side against others and not the other way around. And if it's not the case, then it's not the right one. Period. No exceptions, no justifications, no arguments. A couple builds a family, and if the base is shaky, how would the kids be? If you don't trust each other from minor things to the biggest ever, everything and everyone can come between you two. That's a rare example of المودة والرحمة. At these situations, love يؤول إلى الصفر. بقاش حبه. Don't let the little things fool you. Flowers, gifts, Valentines, and even support. Look, if you are dating for marriage, as you should, by the way, you need to understand deeply, and by understand I mean to believe for real that you are choosing a parent for your kids. You need to focus on the important things. Put lists of non-negotiables, 3 tops of everything. Example, A lists 3 non-negotiables in personality types, meaning what you need to find in a man to find him attractive. For example, for me, it was funny, disciplined, and family-oriented. Second 3 non-negotiable character-wise, no addictions. For example, a man without children, a man with a provider mindset, These are not mine. I'm just mentioning examples so you can understand it better. There is a list for non-negotiable physical qualities. If you are not willing to settle for a non-athletic man, do not date an athletic man. Tall, charming, with a good smile, with hair, bold. Put your lists, make your borders. And I of course didn't mention Muslim because this is not non-negotiable. That's a deal breaker. And by Muslim, let's say a real one. Because if someone having serious doubts about the existence of Allah, he is to quit ASAP. Promise. Même s'il te ramène des fleurs, il te traite comme une princesse. What you will do with flowers, what you will do with gifts. Chez nous, on dit الحسيرة قبل الجامع. Means in the process of building a masjid, you don't buy the carpets if the building is not ready yet. The carpet here are the flowers, and the masjid is the deal breaker and the non-negotiables. I'll push this idea further because why not? Since it's Valentine's Day, what do you think, lady? Will the flower prevent him from hurting you? Because اللي ما يخافش ربي ما يخافش من الناس. Will the gifts build your home, raise your children, help you beat life daily? Believe me, الموضوع أكبر وأعمق وأعقد من حب وعيد وgift. When you choose your one, and I say choose because yes sir and ma'am, you have the total right to choose. Don't love what you find until you find what you love. When you choose your one, don't settle. Seriously, wallah. Don't settle for your list of threes or whatever. If you are ready for marriage, don't get involved in a relationship with someone who is not. If you are looking for an athletic guy, don't be with someone who is not, then push him into sports. And when someone tells you who they are, believe them. They know themselves better. If someone said about him or herself not ready, they are being honest and direct. Respect that. Respect yourself. Respect them. Say I wish you well and move on. Do not find excuses. Do not think they are playing hard to get. Et surtout, don't hold this responsibility on your shoulders and make it your job. Someone else's life is none of your business. You are supposed to wish the best for yourself, to do the best for yourself, not some social case you just met. If you want to play the therapist, get a degree and make a living out of it. Your free services will be thrown at your face as an extra burden at the first inconvenient. So, je disais, when you choose the one, don't settle, don't lower your standards, because you are the only one in this relationship who knows that you settled. So you'll behave at this pace and you will become the toxic one. يا سيدي ما تساتلي ما تولي toxic. Let's live healthy relationships. Let's live healthy life. Wallah, life is too short to do this to yourself. I say you do this to yourself because no one will oblige you. No one will force you, even him or her. We are living in a world where there is a meeting apps, hookup apps, marriage apps, luxury dating apps. We are working in mixed societies. We are studying in mixed schools. None will really go to the point to force you to be with him or her. Parce que كاين le choix, tout court. So don't settle. No one will thank you for your unpublished sacrifices. And these sacrifices can differ from a minor standard that you dropped in the physical appearance lists because you got impressed by their personality, to drop in the definition of your borders or boundaries on the first fight, to drop in your value when you accept getting disrespected, to drop in and drop in and drop in until there is no more of you to drop. Once, suddenly, you find yourself living in this coat. You accept to date an ugly guy, so he starts acting like you are the ugly one. Take the thought one more step, please. It's not a guy, it can be a girl. Also, it's not ugly, it's below your standards. When you do the sacrifice of dating someone who is from a lower league, he'll act based on his league's ethics. I may look feminist here. I am not feminist, I am realistic. I've never saw a man who settled for a girl who is in a lower league than him. It's generally the other way around, and it never ended well, at least from who I know. This is the truth of my personal experiences, my parents' experience, my friends, and literally every couple I know, that everyone learned on the hard way. I'm giving it today to you as a Valentine's gift, fully, freely. So if you like this episode, please hit the like button and share. I am not saying don't get married also. I repeat what I said in a previous episode, marriage with the right one can make life تستاهل تتعيش. But with the wrong one is simply inevitable hell. Say no thanks and move on. Do not put much efforts, do not gamble, do not try to change anyone. Change yourself. Evolve. Evolve so you will be able to attract the right type of people, because damaged people attract each other and develop a trauma bond, which is a very strong bond but not a healthy one. That impressed me first time I discussed with my therapist, and as a practical woman I wanted a practical example, so I asked her to give me some more detailed example. She said, and I will share that with you, that for example there is 2 types of disorder that attract each other: the fou malade, the narcissistic, and the borderline. We all know the narcissistic, it's even kinda trendy, but we may not know that the narcissistic has types. One of them, which is very hard to identify, is the vulnerable narcissistic, who is a covered one. He has all the traits of a narcissistic with an extra low self-esteem and high manners. The borderline, on the other hand, is a person who lives in extremes, take high risks, and things are white or black for her, and she has extreme fear of being left or abandoned. These 2 types of unhealthy people attract each other. The narcissistic will charm the borderline, who will feel fulfilled and instantly develop a deep attachment and commitment for the narcissistic, and he will feel extremely fulfilled himself, his ego to be precise. Then he will try to leave her to make sure he controls her. She will try so hard to keep him. His ego will be fulfilled. He will charm her again. And this toxic circle continues endlessly sometimes. غير يلطف ربي. And please pay attention that I was like you maybe right now. ما كنتش نصدق these things. كنت نقول كيفاه زعما واحد ينوض الصباح يديسيدي يكون نارسيسيك. Je vais faire ça et ça et ça à cette personne. ولا واحد ينوض الصباح يقول I am a borderline. I will do this and this and this. No. It's personality traits. It's in the subconscious. You don't need to be so. You just live things. On vécu des choses that affect our minds in a way that all our future actions will have specific patterns, identifiable by specialists. No one is allowed to self-diagnostic or to diagnostic anyone else. But, on the other hand, when you are aware of the existence of these disorders, when you have a minimum of knowledge to identify patterns that I'm trying to share with you right now, même un petit fond de vérité, you will have the reflex to double check with your therapist, and it will really help you to find yourself, to find the one, to evolve. It will help you to be a healthy one yourself. I only suggest that you invest in yourself before finding un cas social and spend your heart and soul on. Find yourself a therapist. Heal your traumas. Be a healthy one yourself. Get closer to Allah. Build up un putain de carrière. Become the one you are looking for. Your dreams are yours. Your life is your responsibility. Someone else's fears and dreams ain't your business. When you get married, start working on the couple, the common life, and not the other person. You can't help someone who is not willing to help himself, even if you will book him a therapy sessions yourself. When you get married, maybe you can see a couples therapy. Not before. Don't settle. Be a healthy one. Attract a healthy one. And do not have the burden of someone else's life on your shoulders. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. I don't know how we got here, but long story short, I am at a stage of my life, alhamdulillah, where I'm putting my mental health first. I want to see people through clear eyes, not through my wounds, and I invite you to do so. It's much more fun than getting stuck in something you know for real it won't work, but you keep waking up every day to make it work. Follow your intuition. It's always right. I don't know about men, but for us women, me personally, there is not a single time in my life that my intuition told me something and it turned to be wrong. Not once, I swear. One last advice, if I may say. This episode is less structured comparing to others. Excuse me, I am less structured myself during this period. Yeah, the last advice is something I noticed and lived closely. When you ask for someone advice, they will answer you through their wounds. As well, maybe as I am doing now. So if you will receive an advice, make sure it aligns to your situation. More than the giver's situation. Je m'explique. People tend to try to do in others what they couldn't accomplish في حياتهم. كيما les parents اللي يحبوا يقروا ولادهم مش مقراوش. people will advise you وش هما ما قدروش يديروا. تسمى their advices will be always perfect, on point to you. هاكا تيوريكم. Do they really apply it on their lives? 100% no. So when you have a relationship, a marriage that is on a shaky ground, refer to specialists. Even the closest people to you will try to use you to do what they couldn't do with their lives, and not even with bad intentions. It's just the way it is. We are able to hurt the closest ones to us بلا ما نفيقوا من با. I say that because I noticed that a lot of beautiful relationships and marriages falls apart after the intrusion of a third party, a close one to one of them. What else? Stay soft, stay pure, stay sweet and kind. Don't let ugly people make you ugly. Thank you so much for spending the past few minutes with me. If you don't know me, I am a woman who talks. If and only if you like the podcast, please hit the like button, subscribe and activate the bell so you'll get notified every time I upload a new episode. Bye!